Hi everyone, it's been about 3 months since the surgery. This is, if you've been following this, would know about varicocele, which is possibly the cause of my inability to have kids. And at 3 months is really the first look at whether we think that the surgery has had a positive effect. And so frankly, there's almost no information to give you at this stage. Other than to say sort of my physical progress, which has, I guess, been good. I'm in no pain right now. I just completed a 5K charity run, and I managed that without any trouble. I can lift things once again. We've moved into the house, and I'm doing household chores, and that's going well. So as far as the physical aspects of the post-surgery have gone, things are very smooth. There's no problems with the incisions and so on, and as I said, there's really been no lasting pain. So as far as that's going, it's gone well. I don't know if there's been any good come out of the surgery, and I won't know that for, as I say, another week and a half, so we'll have to see. A couple of reasons I'm posting. One is I have to say there is no more depressing, less romantic, and more surreal way to begin your day than toddling down to one of Toronto's foremost hospitals and finding yourself in a room filled with other nervous-looking guys who are all there for the same reason that you are, and that is to enter a sort of decrepit examining room with dirty magazines on the table and coming in a cup. And now that I hopefully have removed from the audience the more squeamish and perhaps gained the morbidly curious, I would like to talk about really what I'm here to discuss, and something that I've had way too much time to think about over the past few months, and that's really what it's like to be infertile. And we are talking about the E word, emo. Yes, the emotional aspects of being infertile. Which is again something I can find almost nothing written by men that discusses this. It sucks. It sucks extraordinarily. As I've said before in I think the post that began this whole thing, it's an immensely humiliating experience. I listened on a report the other day that apparently now there's a bulge of 30-somethings having children, and that's me, that's my age group. So around me a lot of people are having kids, there are a lot of pregnant women, and really learning to cope with that has been a tremendous experience, and I've not learned the trick of it yet. And some of these are people that I respect a lot. They make very good parents. It's not like I can feel frustrated that these awful, terrible people are having children and why them and not me. I mean, these are people who love their children greatly. They provide for them well. They're stable homes, and it's harder to hate those people. People I grew up with, people that are married to people that are close to me, that sort of thing. Men who are good fathers, and yet I despise them at times. And the depth of the jealousy that racks me is something that's quite hard to comprehend. And I think it must be easier to be jealous of wealth, of power, of anything, but this is just fundamentally different, and it's really hard to deal with. They were able to make their wives pregnant. What's wrong with me is basically the question, and it's so frustrating. And you don't want to be one of those people that everyone is afraid to tell good news to, because it's very easy to drop yourself into that category. And believe me, people will know. Generally, they're not stupid. If you've been married for a while, and if you come from the community I have, most people have had kids by now. People are generally smart enough to be aware that there's an issue. And you don't want to be one of these people that, that people are afraid to say, oh, by the way, my wife's pregnant, we're going to have a kid, because they're afraid your face is going to droop. And you don't want to not be invited to those important affairs, the first birthdays and that sort of thing, where everybody brings their kids and, there's little new lives scampering all over the place. And you don't want to be the person that is really shunted away from that kind of thing because people feel sorry for you. But frankly, there are times when I wish they would. Then when I wish those events would just go away, because it kills me, And of course, I see my wife in pain. And I am the cause of it. Whether it's fault or not fault is not the issue. The truth of the matter is that were it not for my inability to have children, it's most likely that we probably would have children by now. And so every time my wife comes home from one of these things in tears, it's me. And if there's someone out there who has the great touchstone of wisdom that can tell me how to face that, I would thank you. And the truth of the matter, of course, is that there is no touchstone of wisdom. It just sucks. And that's where I am. Sorry not to end on an up note. Of course, I've got this appointment coming in a week and a half, and perhaps that will change everything. I have to tell you, I'm not by nature an optimist, and I don't have a great deal of hope in this. We'll see. Maybe it'll be that the things have improved to the extent where we might be able to look at some kind of intervention that will give us children. But I'm not hopeful, and I'm certainly not hopeful that it will be soon. And I know there are going to be many more events ahead of me where there'll be lots of new little lives scampering around, and none of them will be mine. And that's difficult. So, frankly, of the suffering that those who are undergoing infertility treatment is concerned, coming in a cup is perhaps the least of our troubles, and yet it's the one that I'll focus on because, while humiliating, it doesn't rip my heart out of my body. Thanks very much, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.